What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't? For me, it was that cotton grew on a bush. For some reason, I thought that cotton was like grown in a lab or something, so I was very confused to find out it literally is on a bush. What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Do not give a fuck about what other people think of you. The sooner you figure out what you like, the sooner you get to live the life that you are supposed to live. Fuck the rest of them. Fuck them.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
That we literally become what we think about. We should be taught this in kindergarten, but we're not. So, this is your mind. As you think in your heart, so are you. And if you were to think thoughts of worry and doubt, you move into an emotion of fear. That fear comes out in the body as anxiety, and we suppress anxiety. Long-term suppression of anxiety turns to depression, and the body now is at dis-ease. Dis-ease, hyphenate it. Compared to the other side, if you develop understanding through study and growing awareness, your emotion becomes one of faith that things are going to work out, and your body's at ease, and you pick up momentum and start accelerating and become creative. Okay? We become what we think about, and if you think thoughts of happy, healthy, wealthy, you become happy, healthy, wealthy in the physical world. As a person thinks in their heart, so are they. We become what we think about. Why don't we teach this to people? It's the secret of life, actually.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Hi y'all. So I get these really bad, big marble feeling pimples on my chin and cheek, like either during that time of the month or sometimes they'll just pop up at random. A couple years ago I saw a video where they said to take like a hand towel, bunch it up into like to make a little point. You get as hot of tap water as you can stand, as your skins can stand. You kind of wet the tip of that. You find the pimple, you place it on there and you push for about a minute, maybe less. And I found that by doing this, it either reduces that pimple by like a fraction of the size, or sometimes it completely gets rid of it by the next morning. So I hope that helps y'all.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Travel hacking. I thought I could only afford to travel after university when I get a full-time job, but after discovering travel hacking, I was able to go to 20 different countries for a price of $1,000. Check out my page.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
I thought 100% that when they said that there's a 30% chance of rain, that it meant that there was a 30% chance that it was going to rain. I never, ever, ever knew that it meant that there's 100% it's going to rain and it's going to be in 30% of your area. So in a way, there's a 30% chance that you're going to get rain, but it's going to rain. It's only going to cover 30% of the area. So like if it says 100%, it means your entire area that you're asking about, your zip code, whatever, like it's going to blanket the whole thing. Am I the only one who didn't know this till they were grown? Like, I found that out this year.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Rich people negotiate down their medical bills, and you should too. Let me show you how. When you get your itemized medical bill, go to Fair Health Consumer or Healthcare Blue Book and figure out what those procedures and services actually should cost. And then here's the key. Regardless of if you can afford to pay the bill or not, always make sure to call your medical provider to negotiate the cost. Call, don't email your medical provider, and politely ask them questions that force them to tell you about the waivers, discounts, and relief plans available. Hi, would you be able to tell me about which of these fees could be waived? Additionally, do you offer discounts for financial hardship? Check to see if they have payment plans available, and you can feel free to mention something like, oh, I'd love to pay this bill in full, but I would need some of these fees to be waived in order to do so. This helps incentivize your medical office to cut you a break if the questions earlier didn't work. And most medical practices will set up a no-interest payment plan if you need one.
Don't let your bill go to collections, it'll tank your credit score.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
The correct scientific definition for humans is Homo sapiens sapiens. So that means as a gay man, I'm a Homo sapiens sapiens. So technically, I'm twice the man that a straight man will ever be.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Weird. I reckon they're siblings. They've gotta be. That's weird.
I would rather eat one of my own braids than to put my cheek in my brother's like eye bussy. I don't even know what area. I don't like.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
That self-care is a very unbeautiful thing. It is making a spreadsheet of your debt, enforcing a morning routine, or even cooking yourself a healthy meal. It is often the ugliest thing that you have to do, like sweat through another workout, or tell a toxic friend that you don't want to see them anymore, or get a second job so that you can have a savings account. It's figuring out a way to accept yourself, who you are, and how you are, without having to take deliberate breaks like do a face mask or take a bath and call it your self-care time. A world in which self-care has to be such a trendy topic is a world that is sick. True self-care isn't doing a face mask and eating a bunch of cake, but it's building a life that you don't have to regularly escape from. And that often takes the least things that you want to do. Self-care is becoming the person you know you want and are meant to be. Someone with true self-care knows that face masks and chocolate are ways to enjoy life and not escape from it.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
If you can't afford to buy a house and neither can your best friend, you can form something called a joint venture agreement. This way you could both buy a house for 50% of the money that you would typically need. As partners, you guys could move into a duplex and have renters paying your mortgage on the other side. Now you're both living for free, and in a couple years you'll be financially free. So send this to them and follow for more.
Dance with me, 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 dance with me. I love the way you move, every step is special. Let me say the truth, I love your expressions. You're never bad news, always a blessing. Let's walk to the moon like we're Michael Jackson. Let me see your hands in the air. Together let's move like we just don't care. Nobody can take away the things we share. Hope you don't mind how I need you like the air. Let me see your hands in the air. Together let's move like we just don't care. Nobody can take away the things we share. Hope you don't mind how I need you like the air. The way I love you, they don't understand. And it's crazy how you're my best friend. You're always in my mind, let's dance to the rhythm of your heartbeat. The way I love you, they don't understand. And it's crazy how you're my best friend. You're always in my mind, let's dance to the rhythm of your